Alrighty, hello my friends. I am about to do a really fun and quick, I assume quick, little inspirational video for you. And today I will be using some beautiful paper that we had here at the store. This one is Graphic 45. It is from, I forget what this collection was called. Life is Abundant. So here on one side you have the different months, June. I'll be using this side, but this is the June paper. And then here we have another really beautiful collection. This was the P13 Naturalist collection, and I'll be kind of using the brown color because I feel like that pairs really nicely with the Simple Stories Simple Vintage Woodlands collection, which is kind of my focus. So I am going to be using these larger page pieces, and I'm going to attempt to create several different cards with you guys. So before we get right into things first is I'm going to make some card bases. So I know I want to make my goal is to make at least 6 cards with you. So all I do is I hot dog fold my paper that is lengthwise. Grab myself something to fold with. Perhaps a bone folder would be useful. So I'm just gonna sort of give it a nice fold, and I'm gonna do the same for this sheet. So that's a hot dog fold and a score. Well, I guess not really a score, but a nice solid fold. And then for this one I'm gonna do a hamburger fold, and I'm going to give this a good crease too. Beautiful. Okay, next thing I need is my paper trimmer to actually cut our card bases. Beautiful. So I'm just going to cut them at the 5.5 mark. And so they will be 5.5 by 4 1/4. Typical A2 size cards. Nothing fancy here. And then this guy, I'm going to cut him at 4 1/4, so I get to sort of up-downy folds as well. Now I'm going to set my bases off to the side, and I might as well just like go for it and cut these as well. So for 3 of them, I know I want sort of a larger background in the brown, and then I'm going to mount the red on top. So I'm cutting this at 5 1/4, and then let's do 4-inch sections for this one. So 5 1/4 by 4. That leaves me with 3 panels that are those, and a bit of an outline. And then for this red, I'm going to shrink it down 1 more. So that's going to become 5. And then 3 3/4 panels for my first 3. Bring that up a little bit. And let's do 1 more. Now I do really love this red pattern paper, so I want to make a couple of cards with just this as my background. So I'm going to do, let's say, 5 1/4 by 4 for at least one of these. Actually, I guess I'll do the same for the others, so excellent. So 3 5 1/4 by 4. And then last but not least, maybe I'll do a couple of brown mounts as well. So 3 3/4. And then let's do 5. So that leaves me with some panels that are like reversed as well. Beautiful. Okay. So now that I have that portion figured out, I'm going to set off my scraps to the side. And we're going to open up, actually, let's just lay out all of our backgrounds first and see what we want to do with them. How we are to proceed with this project. Beautiful. So far, so good. Okay, so this is kind of what I'm working with. Move them up into frame. Cool. Okay, and then I'm just going to open up this really cute pack of large die cut pieces and figure out what I want to place where. So I love this big like tag. This on its own would make a really cool card front, so I might not even need like all the extra zhuzh. I'm going to put him here for now. Let's see. See if that changes. Then I have this really cute piece here. Oh my gosh, I did not realize how large these guys are. Look at this cute little fox. He gets a red space. I don't know why, looking at them in the package, I thought they'd be like teeny tiny, but I am sadly mistaken. There's a cute deer. Little squirrel. Use the word escape with the fox, maybe. Today's adventures. Sure. Little butterfly with you. Maybe a cute heart. Deer. So you can actually use these ones to stamp some sentiments. I might go ahead and do that after the fact. Like I said, I did not expect these to be so large and so wonderful. Might even need to make a couple more card bases, believe it or not. Do some extra hearts for you. Maybe a funky butterfly on here. And then, I don't know what to do with these last two. Let's see, I'm going to set you aside because, like I said, you can be your own sort of card front. That, I think I'm going to do something like that. And then the camera is really cool too, so maybe I'll just make 2 more card bases really quickly and see what I can come up with. Pair that with you. There we go. Okay, so there's my rough layout. I'm just going to make 2 more card bases because why not? I guess I should have looked at the packages before I started on this adventure, but YOLO. So I'm just going to fold, I think, the hot dog fold again. And give it a good crease. And cut myself some card bases off screen. And beautiful. So, the other good thing is, there you go. We do have a couple scraps left over. I'm definitely going to be using those, I think, for these guys. So, okay, for this camera, I think that might be cool. So, bear with me while I figure my life out. I'm going to take this strip here and use it for this card. Grab my paper trimmer. Here we go. It's always fun winging things, isn't it? What did they say in TV? Don't work with pets and children. Also, don't go into a project winging it. Okay, so here we have this. I'm going to cut him at 5.5. And another piece at 5.5. Yes. There we go. Set these scraps off to the side. Now for you, my dear friend, I know I love this brown, but I kind of want to use the other color. So let's go 5.5. And definitely going to, I don't know, cut off this strip, I guess. Just because my brain cannot compute. Okay. And again, I have this lovely panel left over to work with, so same thing, gonna trim him down to be 5.5 here, and set this guy off to the side here, and that gives me a bit of wiggle room. I think I can make this work. Just gonna trim off. I left like a little bit of white. Gonna trim that off too. Okay, cool. Moving right along into the fun part now, which is the assembly and decoration of these cards. So, I'm just using some double-sided adhesive, and we're just going to work through card by card until we make all 8 of these. My goal was 6, so I'm pretty happy that we stretched this one out. So for this first one, I'm just going to start by putting, I think, the brown on the bottom. Actually, if I have this is a cheap tape runner, but I might use my tape runner just to make the process a little speedier. We'll see. Beautiful. Okay. So I am pre-recording today's video, which is unusual. But we're going to try something a little different, especially with the summer months coming up. It's hard to lock in and commit to specific days and times. So we're kind of revamping Inspirational Thursday to work better for, I mean, you guys, the viewers, as well as the team who produces the videos. I think by pre-recording things, it allows us to really pick and choose a lot more wisely what we are going to be showcasing. So that's a benefit. It's also helpful because, again, we're not locked into a specific time. If something goes wrong, if someone gets sick, if life happens in general, we can kind of adapt a little better. So that's helpful for the team. And yeah, I just think we'll be able to kind of produce better quality examples and how-tos and tutorials and that kind of thing for you guys. So I'm really excited to see how this new change goes for you and for us. Yes, I think this is cute. Okay, so with my camera, obviously I want him to be a little standy outy. So I'm just going to use some foam tape. I actually had these left over from my previous inspirational video. So I'm going to use up my scraps before I get new stuff. So this is just your regular standard foam tape. Oopsie. Nothing fancy. I also love working with foam dots. So that's what I'll be pulling out next. And if you want your cards or your projects, scrapbooks, pages, whatever the case may be, to really be sturdy and withstand the test of time, definitely don't be stingy on your foam dots, foam squares, foam strips, whatever you're using. If you're mailing things, if you're putting it in an album, more is always better. I've learned this the hard way. My mentor, Carol, taught me back in my beginner days. So, I'm just going to cut this one to fit along the loop a little better. Oh no. My assistant woke up again. Hopefully she goes back to sleep. Oh no, she's committing. I'm just going to take off all of the adhesive backs, and I'm going to stick this right on like that. I think that's good. Now I'm going to put this heart maybe off to the side here. I think that's going to look cute. I was going to put it like right on the camera lens. I still think that's cute, but I think we fill up more space like this. And then last but not least, I need a sentiment for this. Do I dare look in my pile of stamps? I do. So I don't have a lot here at my disposal. I'm upstairs in our shared office, but I'm sure I have something. Here we go. Okay, these are amazing. These are like these cute little hunky-dory stamp and die combos, but they say things like, let's celebrate, congratulations, birthday wishes on your special day and just for you. So I am going to use let's celebrate. Bingo. And I need an acrylic block to put this on. I'm so sorry, baby. I feel bad waking this poor girl. Okay. If you're wondering who I'm referring to, it's our little cat. And now, my stamp isn't even clean, but that's okay. I have these really awesome inks somewhere. And they're great to stamp with. They're water-based. They're from Studio Light. But I love, the way these stamp as I spill them everywhere. And my box dissolves. Alright, so I'm just going to look for like a nice dark green for this one. So they do come in a lovely set. I can actually pull out what they look like. So here's my green set, and here's my personal color of that. So I'm just going to stamp Let's Celebrate. And I love these ink pads. They are water-based, but if you're not a great stamper, they're really user-friendly. Let's celebrate. So cute. So now I have this awesome little sentiment that we can pop on there. Cute, right? Not bad for like a wing and a prayer. A whim and a prayer. I don't know how the saying goes. Not bad for freestyling it. And then we're just gonna pop him like so. Cute. Ta-da! Set this guy off to the side, and let's move on to another card. So let's tackle this one with the nice large tag here. So first things first, I am going to adhere these panels. Actually, this one might be kind of cool. Yes? Do we dare? I think we do. It's got the phases of the moon in there, which is a happy little coincidence. So I'm using my tape runner. It's a cheap one, so if you want your projects to last, definitely invest in a more expensive one. I use this one for Conrad normally. I let him play around with it when he's doing his little arts and crafts up here. But today I'm doing my little arts and crafts, so let's just see how this goes. So now I have strips on both sides, and then we have this lovely little tag. So now I just got to figure out how I want to place it, which is easier said than done. I'm definitely going to be snipping off some elements of it, unfortunately, because I did not realize how big these were. I'm not mad at it, though. These are great for making quick card fronts. Never worked with the, like, they call these big bits and pieces from Simple Stories. Huge fan, especially for card making or even journaling. Like, what a great size. Or scrapbook layouts, actually. Great for all kinds of things. Maybe not ATC cards, but if you're creative enough, then I don't see why not. Okay, so I've just adhered some double-sided adhesive, and now I figure out how to do this. Yes, okay. So now it's gonna be placed somewhat like this, and I need my scissors. I'm just gonna trim off some of the excess. I think I'm gonna leave this like bit here at the top, because then I'd be clipping the poor little butterfly wings, and I don't think I want to do that. But I am gonna trim along this edge and probably the bottom, even though I lose some of this beautiful scallops. Alright. It's cute, right? So far we have 2 adorable cards. Let's keep going. So for my next card, see if my glue wants to work for this video. I've been running low, but I like to push my glue bottle, so hopefully it wants to cooperate. There we go. Alright, for my next card trick, sound like a magician when I say that, I'm going to start by adhering this cool brown card base. Maybe. Just depends on my glue. Yes. Okay. There we go. And this one allows me to have a border around all 4 sides. Leave a little white. I don't know why. I love the look of a white border on a card sometimes. Like, how cute is this? It's always hard picking one paper when both sides are equally as cool. But I went into this knowing that I really wanted to work with the red, so that's what we're going to commit to. Awesome. Now for this guy here, do I dare pop dot him on? No, I don't think so. I think I'm just going to adhere him flat, believe it or not. If you're playing this and sounds like someone's knocking at your door, I promise you it's just me. Trying to get my glue out. I know Richard has made me numerous of those cute little glue bottle holder stand things, and I never have it when I should. So let that be a lesson to me. And again, it's just like the tiniest bit of overhang. I'm going to go in and clean that up, and voila. How cute! Okay. Now, do we dare tackle this adorable fox? I believe we do. Again, just going to adhere this printed cardstock to my card base. Maybe. If the crafty gods are on my side today. Excellent. The one downside that I see with pre-recording is I don't get to interact with you guys live in the comments, but if you make comments, I will do my best to, like, you know, interact and comment right back to you when I see them come in, or as soon as I can. Here we have our cutie pie little fox. I'm gonna tack him on nice and flat, and like, you could just stop there, and how beautiful would that be on its own, like new baby or something. When we had Conrad, I did like a Canadian Woodlands sort of theme for his nursery, and my friend made me these like really beautiful like wildlife banner type of ideas, and this fox reminds me of the one that was on there. It was so cute and so thoughtful. So shout out to Sam. I'm going to tack this guy on flat, and then I think I'm going to pop our sentiment on top. Yes? Yes. If you're following along at home and you're kind of doing your own thing with this, thanks for joining me. And send pictures of whatever you decide to do with the components. I am going to pick a different sentiment than Let's Celebrate. Let's try Congratulations. Will that fit on here? I don't know. Pull it out and see. I don't think it will. It's a wee bit larger than I thought it would be. Oh yeah, there's no way. No. Alright, Let's Celebrate it is. So we're going to use this particular little guy again, but I'm going to pick a blue color to stamp him in for this one. Look for a nice deep blue. You'll have to bear with me since my box that was holding all my inks exploded. Of course, the blue I'm looking for will probably be one of the last ones I pull. Oh gosh. I have quite the collection of these going. Alright. There we go. So I have a nice dark blue. This one comes from the blue pack. This is 006. Let's see. Again, from Studio Light, but you get this awesome assortment of blues. And this is this guy. So, I do have a wipe. I'm just going to give my stamp a little wipe down because I don't want like a blue-green. I want it to be blue. You know what? Should be fine. We're winging it. Okay. If it's not, that's okay. Green is still outdoorsy and naturey. So again, going in with my super cute Let's Celebrate stamp. We're just gonna, oh, it's gonna be aqua for sure. It's okay. Oh, it's blue! No way. Look at that. It's stamped blue. I was overreacting. And then I'm gonna pop that using some pop dots. Give it some dimension. It would be really cute too if you used your inks and you did a little bit of shading on your backgrounds or die cut pieces. There we go. Adorable. Okay, next one. Let's tackle these mushrooms and this cute butterfly. Right away for the butterfly, I am going to fold his wings into places, and then I'm going to tack my adhesive along this base here so that he'll be like 3D. Set that off to the side and then stick together our card panels. Ta-da! On screen, hopefully, is the goal. Remember when I said this might be a quick video? I think I misjudged. It's okay. Hopefully. Again, beauty of pre-recording this is you can fast forward and pause and skip ahead. And I can attach a photo of our final products into the category instead of sneak peeks of what I'm using. So that's kind of fun too. You can get a good sense of if this is a project for you. I'm also really looking forward to having more like tutorial based videos or like how-to videos. I think that's going to be helpful, but for this first round we're just doing a dose of inspiration for you guys. See how this new format works out for everyone, because we are learning too. Ooh, get away from here. Okay, so I'm just gonna give myself a little border. Cute. And then obviously, is it obvious that I pop the mushrooms? No. Obviously I lay these flat and then pop the butterfly. I don't know. We'll see. Can I get some glue? Yes. Excellent. Good enough. So now I'm going to shift these guys where I want them to be. And I'm just going to trim off the excess right along the top here. Little tiny bits of overhang. There we go. And now for this butterfly, I'm actually just going to add glue right onto the back where his body line is. I think I want him to land on this mushroom. Cute. And then he will, when he's dry, you should be able to lay him flat. So if you are mailing this card, it will still, you can do so. No extra postage necessary. Alright, let's do this guy now. Shift my pieces off to the side. Start with our printed backgrounds. Just adhering some adhesive. Oh, I have a phone call. And I will pause and try to re-edit this video. I will be right back. Hello? Hi. Okay. Oh. Okay. I will come get him. I'm so sorry. He had an ear infection. I thought he would take it, but yes, I will be there in like 5 minutes. Thank you. Bye. Alrighty, and we are back. So, funny enough, let's just make sure we're recording. As I was saying earlier in the video, you know how life happens? I unfortunately just got a phone call from Conrad's school, and he has an ear infection. He was on antibiotics, he still is, but I sent him in for the day thinking he would make it, and they said he was suffering. So I came and picked him up, and he's home. He's just downstairs relaxing, so I'm going to finish off the cards really quickly with you guys. So this is a two-part video. Woohoo! So again, I'm just using some double-sided adhesive to get these pattern pages ready. And I'm going to stick them to my card base. I'll be doing the same for these ones. But I really wanted to complete this project and show you guys how fun and actually like really awesome these are for decorating cards or layouts or journals or whatever. So I'm gonna try to figure out how to edit both videos together, so maybe it'll be a one-part video when I list it, but easier said than done. Technology and I do not always get along, unfortunately. Here we go. So starting off with this darker panel, leaving a border, then we'll go in with our beautiful red. And I mean, this Simple Stories line is gorgeous. You could obviously make these cards using their paper specifically for this line, but because I didn't have access to single sheets, I just used paper that I thought would look nice from the store, and I am pleasantly surprised with how things are going. So I think I'm gonna pop this one. Yes. Just gonna add some foam dots, adhesive squares, whatever I can get my little hands on. More foam dots. Back to my trusty foam dots. These are my favorite because they have this like little tab that make them really easy to remove versus like a little bit of a struggle with the squares and foam tape that don't have the adhesive. Like, so much faster, so much easier. There we go. So I'm just gonna tack that there. And then again, I need a sentiment, but it seems like the only one that fits on these is my Let's Celebrate. So I'm gonna look for like a nice brown. I could do a red or like an orangey red, but I'm going to go with a brown, I think, for this one. Whoopsie. Oh, God. I was so focused and in the zone before, and now I'm all kerfuffled. Okay. Let's get back into it. Let's celebrate. Boom. So cute. Ta-da! And I think I'm just going to need one pop dot over yonder. And then I will be getting my glue, which I left the lid off, because when you see a call from the school, your instant thought is panic. Or mine is anyway. So, panic I did. There we go. Let's celebrate. Cute, right? There goes another one. Another one bites the dust. For this deer, I am going to use my Let's Celebrate sentiment again, but I'm going to stamp it in like this orangey color. Should I do orange or should I do red? You know what? I'm gonna go in with red, I think. There's like my orangey, but I'm second guessing, so I'm just gonna go over it with red. And we'll see what color we make. Let's celebrate. Cute. Okay. So here go our last two. This was really fun and surprisingly user-friendly. I really enjoyed working with these big bits. Big bits and pieces, as they call them. Alright, see if I can find where my tape begins. I love the deer. So cute. If you have any like cheeky deer sentiments, you could definitely add those onto it. I know some of us may or may not. I know I have lots of other sentiments that would have worked for this project, but unfortunately they're all downstairs, so I'm working with what I have access to. My lovely assistant Luna's here biting at me while I make this. She's not helpful, but she is so cute. Yes, thank you, Luna. Okay. Can't even get my arm over here. So helpful. She was sleeping, which was great. Here, you stand here. Your little dark blob. What did they say? Don't work with kids and animals? Have all the things going right now. Thankfully, Conrad is just resting, and he's downstairs with Dad, so I have a feeling they're both resting and or napping. Dad works midnight, so... Oh no! Listen, trusty Luna. There we go. So, look out. Look out. Alright, air gel. Let's see, for my deer, I think I'm going to put him on flat and pop the heart and pop the sentiment. Yes? Yes. Luna agrees. Yes. I know, I can't get the glue out. Help me. Here we go, sort of. Now we're getting somewhere. Never mind. Spoke too soon. Alright. Good enough. So Luna, we're just going to put the deer on here like this. Stay out of the frame. So far, here's what we're working with. Add some pop dots to these hearts. Yeah, so helpful. So helpful. Okay. Get out of here. To this brown heart here. And this gray one over here. Luna. Oh, bonk. Alright, and then gonna add our let's celebrate sentiment. These would also be cute, like happy retirement cards, or great for your outdoorsy friends. Ah! Alright. There we go. Good enough. So there we have card number, what is this, 7? And let's go ahead and finish up strong with card number 8, which is this adorable little squirrel. So, let's see if I can get my glue down. There. If you hear noises in the background, it's just the cat climbing my chair. No big deal. She's at that like fun age where she's like very playful, likes to climb everything, chew on things. It's wonderful. Just like a real kid, huh? All right. My goodness. So for this one, I'm putting on my red panel, leaving a border along the sides, followed by the brown, leaving a border along the sides with the red. You'll see in a second. Yes. There we go. It's good. Okay. Definitely, I think, pop my squirrel and my sentiments. I'm going to put him down towards the bottom left corner, I believe. Yes. Today's adventures. I love that. I think that is so cute. I know. It's tough being a house cat, am I right? Eat all the things, sleep all day. Gosh, I want to come back as like my house cat. Play with all the toys. Okay, maybe minus the like being terrorized by Conrad and myself and like constantly being picked up. But she likes it. Gonna put the heart on flat, I think. Cute. And then I'm gonna do my little butterfly trick where I fold one wing, fold the other wing, and then add some glue along this like little body piece, so that when he dries, he will still be able to be tucked in nice and flat. What do you think, Luna? Do we approve? All right. So, let's review. We have just made 8 beautiful cards. So far, so cute. I love this box and the photo, and then our 2 unexpected cards as well. On that note, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for tuning in and being patient with us while we try out our different way of doing things. I hope to catch you guys in the next one, and I will see you guys around. Until then, have a great rest of your week. Okay, bye. Say bye, Luna. Luna says bye. All right.